Hello and welcome to Crochet Moments, and this is episode 41 of my podcast. This is the place where I come to talk about yarn and knitting and crochet, more yarn. As you can probably guess from my voice, I've not been well. So Emily wants to help today. So yes, I was supposed to release a video last weekend, but on the Friday evening I was in bed because on Friday daytime I was sent home from work because I was so poorly, and this lovely husky voice of mine, it's a result.
It's not.
Excuse me, of a week of coughing and snivelling and still attempting to do some work. So I haven't had a lot of energy to do much crafting this last week. So everything that I have to show you mostly is from the 2 weeks before. I've done a tiny bit this week, but not a lot. So let's go with finished objects first. Now Emily, you're wearing a finished object, aren't you?
It's the ballet wrap.
So you stand in front of Mummy so people can see. So turn around. So here it is. I messed the neckline up a little bit, but Emily really likes it.
Yeah.
Because she chose the pattern and she chose the yarn, didn't you?
Yep, and it's from the alpaca farm.
Yes, you chose, and I said next time we go to the alpaca farm, the girls can choose some more yarn for me to make something for them. So the pattern, oh gosh, what have I done with the pattern? Oh, there it is. The pattern is a Hayfield pattern. So it's pattern 2490. I did the long sleeve version, and it's a very easy pattern to follow. I did the second size, which is age 6 to 7. So Emily, you stand up. So if you just look at the fitting there, I think we'll get a wear out of it for this year, but certainly, even though she's only 5, she's about to turn 6, aren't you, next month? And she's very excited about turning 6 next month.
Yep.
So so it fits. It's not. I had hoped it would have a little bit more growing room in it than this. So I'll probably have to let her choose some yarn next year to make one next year, because you really like this cardigan, don't you? So this cardigan does go up to age 12 to 13. So I may even make one for Catherine once she's picked out what colours she'd like to wear on hers. So it's got these lovely ties which go through a hole in the seam here and are tied under there. So she really liked the look of that. They had a sample knit up in some Sirdar yarn in the shop, and she decided this is the colour she wanted. Now the yarn, I've ended up with way too much yarn left over. So because the yarn isn't the called for yarn, I had to guesstimate for quantities. So I looked at the meterage of the yarn that Emily did pick, and this yarn's getting all tangled up. I need to cake it up. Is King Cole Beach's DK. And this is in the colourway Pearl Beach, which is a really lovely colour. And it's got some lovely pink and beige and blue, and it's just really pretty. And I like the way the colours flow into each other. So I'm tempted to find myself a project for something like this. But I have a little over 100 grams left. Now, having the extra ball meant that I could knit the 2 sleeves at the same time, although I possibly could have worked off of the same ball from the inside and the outside. Maybe, I don't know. Oh, careful, Emily. Now, what does they say about never working with children and animals? So I've got, like I said, a little over 100 grams, so I need to find a project to use that up on now. I'm thinking I'd like to give a go crochet, but I'm not sure yet. So it's, how many meters is it in a ball? So there's 255 meters to a 100 grams. So I've probably got somewhere in the region of 275 to 300 meters there. So yeah, that'll be possibly a search on Ravelry to see what I can find to use it up. So my other finished object is a little bit bigger than Emily's cardigan. I finished my Enigma. The part for the last part came in, when was it now? I can't remember. But this has been done for at least a week, because when I was cold and feverish, I was definitely wrapping myself up in this blanket. So here it is, all finished. Let's stand up so we can...
And it's super big.
It is. So we've got these beautiful flowers and the edging and this lovely mandala centre, and it's mirrored at the end, and then it's just a very simple fan stitched border. So it's been a lovely experience making this. I will keep an eye on the designer, so it's Esther from It's All in a Nutshell. So I will keep an eye on her blog, or yeah, you can, I will try and link her blog below, and you can keep an eye on it yourself if you're interested. She may release the pattern herself after a little while. The Crochet Now magazine gets the pattern exclusively for a certain amount of time, and then the rights revert back to the designer. So I know the Life Inspired pattern that I did a couple of years ago by Helen Shrimpton, that was what was that? I'm losing my train of thought now. So she has released that as a pattern on her site. I haven't checked to see if last year's Crochet Along has been released by the designer. That was Lilia Bourne. So that's that finished object. So I do have a finished object that is not knitting and is not crochet.
It's Santa's Visit Lego set.
Yes.
And it's a Christmas one.
So I do like a little bit of Lego. I don't buy it very often, and Emily's been playing with this and messing it around a little bit. So I got an email from Lego to say that I had some VIP points that were about to expire, and I was like, well, I'll see what I can get for those points, and it turns out I had enough points for a £15 off voucher. So this set that I bought, let's show you the box first. It's one that I had wanted to treat myself to just before Christmas, but they were always out of stock. So I thought, well, it's not Christmas time, so we'll probably not have much trouble getting hold of one, because not many people buy Lego, Christmas Lego in springtime. But I finished it off this morning. I've been doing a little bit every day. So there's the front. Let's turn it around. Oh, then Mummy and Daddy are falling off the chair. There's the inside. So you've got a little living room, a bedroom. We've got a present hiding in the attic.
And a present behind the chair.
Yes, and do you want to show everybody what happens when Santa goes down the chimney?
Yeah.
He comes down the chimney. So, yes, I do enjoy doing Lego. Because it's not a cheap hobby to have. Well, neither is knitting and crochet, to be honest. But I don't have a lot of the sets. I tend to just treat myself once a year to a Lego set. So that's that. Oh, hang on, you need to cover the faces. Oh, no, hang on. Let's, there you go. That's her favourite character there.
I called her Phoebe.
Yes, I called her Phoebe. So that's that. Works in progress. So I haven't, like I said, I have not had much chance to do much other crafting other than my 2 finished objects. I have been doing some more work on my amigurumi that I'm making for my friends at work. So if you remember, I took Pinch the Goblin into work and they asked, could I make an elephant? So I said, I certainly can look. So I found this free pattern. There's a little boy one and a little girl one.
And she's making the girl one.
I am making the girl one, but with the trunk pointing up like that, because apparently that stands for good luck in their religion and in their culture. So I finished, oops, there's the finished body. So this is Hayfield Spirit, and the grey is
The body.
the Aldi So Crafty double knit in dove grey. I love this yarn. This yarn is so pretty. And the head, I finished the head. I'm not 100% sure about the head. I don't know if I've, maybe once it's on the body and it's all decorated, it will look a little bit
That's
better.
the girl elephant.
I just don't feel that I've stuffed it enough, but there's a heck of a lot of stuffing in there. And I didn't want to stretch the stitches because I don't like being able to see the stuffing through the stitches. I know sometimes I'll see a pattern in a magazine and it will just be stuffed to the point that you can see through all the stuffing through the stitches. But yeah, so there's the head. I've done, whoops, where's the other bits and pieces? So we've got some tusks. There's a mouth in here somewhere as well. Excuse me. There is a mouth in there somewhere. Now there it is. So there's the little mouth. And I've got one ear done. Okay. that's going to be the first elephant. The second elephant will be made entirely. Ooh, what happened there? Will be made entirely out of this Hayfield yarn, Hayfield Spirit yarn, in the greys and purples, and it's just going to be just this colour all the way through. So that's that work in progress. Now I do have one work in progress. This is a long-term work in progress. This is my out and about socks.
Which are my daddy's.
Yeah, so this pair is for Simon.
Which is my daddy.
This is in my Ballet yarns bag, which I absolutely love. It's perfect for just days out. I can stand and watch the girls play, or just walk around, and because they're vanilla socks, I'm just knit, so I don't have to pay much attention to what my hands are doing. Although I will have to soon, because I am very, very, very close to the toe on the first sock. So I have been working on these on and off.
I chose who's that?
For how long have I been working? A few months now. They are for Simon, so the foot feels like it's going forever.
My daddy's feet are big.
The yarn is by Attic Spin Dye. This, when I bought it, it was the Lord Veterinary yarn, in his Terry Pratchett themed colours. Unfortunately, he had to change the name because the Pratchett people asked him to. I don't know if asked is quite the right word, but I love this colour, and if you love this colour too, this is now called Dark Bidding, and I just love, it's really hard to get the colours to show out because I've had to close the drapes. The sun's a little bright this morning.
Yeah, it is. It's really blinding eyes.
So heel flap and gusset I haven't really done. Oh no, I have. I've done a short wrap heel as well, but I mostly do heel flap and gusset. I'm not averse to learning other types, but I do know that the short wrap heels do not fit my feet or Catherine's feet terribly well, so I'm not sure if I'll use that heel again. But these are just plain vanilla socks. I think I've got about 20 rows left to do before I start reducing for the toe. And we're going on holiday tomorrow, aren't we?
Yep.
So.
And tomorrow we're going on Dad's Army walking tour.
No, that's on Sunday. Ooh, what's up with the battery? I think I might be low on battery on the camera. But yes.
I can see because that little.
While we're on holiday, I may even be halfway into the next sock by the time we come home. So I'm really enjoying that. They will continue to live in there. And we're off shopping in a moment just to get a few last minute bits for holiday. So I might take this with me and do some of this while having a coffee. Okay, so the last whip I have to show you, this isn't going to be a terribly long video, I'm so sorry.
It's just because the battery's low on camera.
Not just that, but because my voice is only so-so, I wouldn't want to completely ruin my voice before we go away. So I've also been putting a few rows into my Perserverence mystery knit along. So this is a free knit along hosted by Expression Fibre Arts. She's got Perseverance is the knitted mystery blanket, and she's also got a crochet one called Hearthside. I am running a little bit behind. Well, I'm not behind, I'm still in date. We're still in April. I'm on April. And what am I? January, February. Oh no, this is March's. So the patterns seem to be released right at the end of the month. So the next part hasn't been released yet. Part Clue 4 hasn't been released.
Which is April.
Yeah, but there's this one. So it's quite an interesting texture. So it does say that this is going to be a play on texture all the way along. And I believe that once I get to June, it will start reversing itself, repeating back down to the corner. Now, the pattern is in worsted weight, but I am using just double knit from my stash. I'm just finding a colour close to one of the suggested colours that she has. This one, oh gosh, what's on here? There's some stain or something on there. So this is sky blue. This is actually a ball I had left over from my boho blanket that I made for my blanket along last year. I have had a couple of suggestions for the blanket, sort of the blanket along main pattern that you can choose to follow along with if you want to, or use a blanket pattern of your own. I will be doing an announcement video for that soon, because we'll be starting at the end of May, so I better start thinking and get my thinking cap on. So, incoming, there's been a little bit. Obviously my Lego was incoming. I didn't have that last time. And yeah, so let's start with yarn.
We always start with yarn.
Yeah. So shortly after I filmed my last episode, my subscription yarn came through from Attic Spin Dye. So Attic Spin Dye has got 2 subscriptions at the moment. An Alice in Wonderland one, and a sort of crinkly, and a Bird of the Month. So yes, that's my free mini. So every order gets a little thank you package with a mini. That's going to go into my blanket bag. And a tea, so this one's 3 ginger, and a little lavender pouch. I'm really sorry if things aren't in focus. I haven't got a clue what's going on with the cameras today. So also we have a couple of leaflets about some yarn shows that they're attending. So there's the Buxton Wool Gathering, which is one that I hope to be going to. I'll probably be going on Sunday the 8th of May. And then there's this one, which is next weekend in Wales, which I won't be able to attend. Because
Wales is right on the side of England.
Yes, Wales is a little bit far away for us, but Buxton's not that far. So, okay, so the bird of the month for this delivery was Magpie. And oh my goodness, just look at that. It's just stunning. I love apps. Oh, I love this colour so much. It's so beautiful. When I opened it, it was like, you can look at it and know that's Magpie without having to look at the label. It screams Magpie and it's beautiful, absolutely stunning. And as always, it comes with a little stitch marker. So that's my bird of the month. Now my Alice in Wonderland. So chapter 3, a caucus race and a long tail. And a really, really beautiful stitch marker. That's gorgeous. It's got Alice and the Cheshire Cat. Okay, so
I just love Alice in Wonderland.
So this one is actually 5 20-gram minis. I really do need to think of a project to start putting these into, because they're absolutely stunning colours and I really want to start using them. So we've got Thimble, Dodo, Eagle, Mouse and Rory. Those are the names of the colours. There, aren't they beautiful? They're really, really lovely, and they do normally come with a lavender pouch. I think one of the girls has snaffled that one away. They love the lavender pouches. They love the lavender pouches. So yes, I need to think up of a project to use all of these minis on. Or even, I don't know, do I try and just put them all in and just throw them in as a multicoloured jumper? Because I've got all these beautiful minis now that I really do need to start using them.
Just in one day.
But yeah, so that is that yarn. Also bought myself a couple of sets of Nova Cubics for the top that I will be making for Catherine. So I didn't have the right sizes in the circular needles, so I did that right now. Next incoming, I think this is my last incoming. Have yourself a bye-bye. I feel like I'm missing something, but I don't know. Anyway, a couple of weeks ago now, Simon and I, took a day off work while the girls were at school
on a Monday
to celebrate our wedding anniversary a little early. So our wedding anniversary is on the 4th of April. But we celebrated it the week before because there were too many people off work on the 4th for me to be able to have that day off. So we decided that we wanted to go walking. We have a couple of books with circular walks in the Lake District, not the Lake District, the Peak District, which is fairly close. It's within an hour and a half's drive of where we live. So we decided that we would go to Bakewell because we really enjoyed Bakewell when we went there for the yarn show, and we thought, well, it was a beautiful area. Let's go explore that area. So we did. We got a little bit lost, but not so lost that we couldn't find our way back to the path that we were following. And after our walk, we had lunch in a really nice pub, and then we followed that up with a wander around some of the shops. And there was a yarn shop, which I had noticed when we visited Bakewell for the Bakewell wool gathering, but they were closed because it was a Sunday. She was open, so I had to go and have a look, and I bought myself something. So first of all, to show you, look at this. Look at this. So this is Peak District yarns. Unique hand-dyed yarns inspired by the landscape of the Peak District, and it's hand-dyed in the Peak District. This is called Purple Bell Vine. and it's a fingering weight. It's a 75-25, but look, I've decided that whenever I go on holiday, I'm going to buy some souvenir yarn.
But what about there is no yarn shop?
Then I'll be very sad. So yes, so this is my souvenir yarn. I want to try and find yarn dyed by local dyers to wherever I'm visiting. So that is my Peak District yarns. We're off to Norfolk, so I will be keeping an eye on the comments of my videos. I may not have time to respond to them, but I will be reading them all. So if you've been to Norfolk and have some yarn places to visit to recommend, then please do comment below my video. And also, I found this really lovely pattern. I love this cardigan. I love that cardigan a lot, and it also has a short sleeved top version. And I haven't really worked with chunky yarn before. I do have some chunky, but not a lot, and I haven't used it very much. So I saw this and I was like, that was very, very nice. Now the yarn that it is made in is a discontinued yarn, and the lady didn't have any in the shop. So I had a look at what she did have and found she had some of this lovely Starcraft Life chunky, and I got the one, I got Duck Egg Nep, so it's got all these little flecks in. I really like that colour, and I bought hopefully enough to make that cardigan. So that's something else for me to try and get done before the winter. Now, yeah, so with regards to my projects, I'm on a knitting week next week, so I can't decide whether or not to start Catherine's top or continue working on my advent shawl. So my advent shawl would be the logical place to go because it's a fairly easy knit. I don't have to think about it, so it's knitting that can be done in front of the TV after a busy day of walking and playing and generally having fun. And so I might take that. I don't know. I'll see. But my out and about socks are definitely coming with me. Simon would like me to finish the ribbed socks that I'm making him as well, so I may take those with me and maybe alternate between the two pairs of socks over the course of the week while I'm out and about. Although the other pair is, with it being, it's a rib with a moss stitch panel, so there's a bit more thinking and consideration involved in those. I am almost out of voice, so I'm going to have to cut my video short, I think. I can't help thinking I've forgotten something. And I don't know if it's because I haven't really worked on that many projects over the last couple of weeks, so I really don't have that much to show. I do really want to start getting back into working on everything. So I haven't been using my wheel all that much. Mostly because, as far as my knit projects are concerned, the girls wanted their things. So I think once I've got Catherine's top done and out the way, I will go back to just random spinning and working on something for a week, and then doing that, and not be bothered that I'm working on a gazillion different types of projects. Yes, so I am going to go now. I think we'll go to the shops, maybe have a snack and a drink at the cafe.
Yep. If me and Catherine are good.
That's right, we only get treats if we're good. Oh, I love it when she's all like this. So I will be back in a couple of weeks, hopefully with more of a voice, and who knows if I'll have another finished item. I seem to be getting good on getting things done at the moment. So I shall see you all again in a couple of weeks. Enjoy your time. I'm certainly going to enjoy this weekend while the sun is shining.
Tomorrow we're going on holiday.
Yes. And so stay well, stay safe, and happy crafting. Bye.